Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
Mmm, so good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Greetings, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're being live streamed in or here in person, we're at the Oregon campus of Guide Dogs for the Blind, and this is our 510th graduation here today. Thank you for celebrating with us. So we have a few groups to acknowledge that this wouldn't be possible without. And I want to start with our puppy raisers. I know there's a lot of puppy raisers here in the audience today. Please raise your hand if you're a puppy raiser. Yay, look at all those puppy raisers. I was also a puppy raiser, so I know that we just couldn't do this without you, and I know you hear that a lot, but we really do mean it. And you know, the puppy raisers spend about 14 months, is it now? About right when they come back? And you know, they house break them, they socialize them, they love them, they, you know, they teach them a lot of stuff that without those skills, they wouldn't be well-behaved guide dogs that you'll be seeing today. And we just can't replace that care and that love. So thank you so much for all that you do. And they are volunteers. So in addition, we have volunteers that do lots of other jobs here, help make dog food, give tours, help in the office, in the dining room, in the dormitory, all kinds of volunteer positions here. And we also have volunteer foster care providers, which are really valuable to us. So if you're interested in volunteering, talk to a staff member afterwards. We can tell you all about it. And also, of course, our donors. This is all done through private donations. So there's no cost to our graduates, and we provide services through the life of the dog. And so without donors, we wouldn't be here doing this either. So please give a round of applause for all those groups that make this possible. And also, we have a lot of employees here today too, so thank you for all that our employees do. We have a bunch of our canine welfare techs in the back supporting us today, and so they take care of the dogs in the kennels and help them be healthy and ready for training, so thank you to you guys. So we're going to share let me introduce myself. I always forget. So I'm Margie McMahon. I'm the class supervisor, and I'll be introducing the rest of the staff in a minute. Before that, we're going to show a short video, and the video is about our mission, and it has an audio description. So in addition to the narrator, you'll also hear another voice describing scenes in the video. So enjoy.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically. Because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
the struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Get to meet the graduates today. I want to talk a little bit about the different programs that we have here. We have the OMI program, which you heard a little bit about on the video, where we help provide services to visually impaired people that might not yet be qualified to get a guide dog, or maybe have had a decrease in vision or a change in their lifestyle that they need a little refresher training before they can train with a dog. So we provide those services through our OMI program. And you saw a little bit about the Canine Buddy program. In addition to matching children that are ages 5 and above, we also provide canine buddies to adults too. Maybe a situation would be like a client that could no longer use a guide dog, but maybe is used to the companionship of a dog. That might be a situation where we have an adult canine buddy. And these programs also, like the canine buddies especially, receive all the benefits that our graduates do with their dogs. So those are newer programs that we've had a few years that are becoming really popular. So we like to highlight those. And our guide dog program, where we'll be seeing today those clients, they participate in a 2-week program where they live here in residence and they're matched with a dog that's compatible to their lifestyle and enhance their mobility. And we also sometimes do in-home trainings. If you've been coming to graduations for a while, you've probably heard about those too. So those are some of our programs, and I'm going to introduce the rest of the staff. We have Megan Forsch, Carly Mueller, Jenna Reimer, and Nikki coming too, Nikki Short. And they worked with the clients and helped support this class. And Jenna's going to introduce the clients.
Hello. It has been an honor working these last 2 weeks with these clients that I'm about to introduce. They came into class with an open mind and have poured their heart and soul into working with these dogs. So it is my absolute privilege to welcome our first graduating team, Josh Snowden, who is receiving his second guide dog, a female yellow Labrador retriever named Xena. Xena was raised by Holly Nowinski of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Josh lives in Orlando, Florida, with his retired guide dog Trace and his husband Alex. Josh is looking forward to taking Xena to the beach and soaking up all the sunshine together.
All right, well, thank you so much. I just want to basically thank, well, first of all, I want to thank Megan and Jenna. I was sick like the week I got here, and they were very patient with me. And also want to thank Margie also for injecting us with a little bit more self-confidence when we needed it and being our cheerleader. And then I also want to just say, the last thing I want to say is thanks to the class. We met about 2 weeks ago, and we didn't know one person from the other, and I feel like we formed a really good bond and friendships, and even though this experience is over, I know that we'll be able to share this journey with each other as we keep in touch. So it was a great experience.
Xena's Razors couldn't be here today, so they did write a letter that I'm going to read. It says, "Congratulations, Joshua, on being paired with our beautiful wrinkle-faced Xena Bean. We are so very proud of her. When we first received her, she was so small, and it was a small wrinkled-faced puppy. We thought surely she would grow into those wrinkles. When we returned her to GDB, she was a much bigger wrinkle-faced dog. She has never grown into those beautiful wrinkles, and it gives her so much character. We enjoyed watching her learn via updates from Guide Dogs for the Blind. When she reached phase 8, we wondered who would be lucky enough to receive her, and I guess that's you. One of my favorite and funniest things about Xena is the way she loves to lick. In fact, I would actually hear her tongue coming before she even got near. She is so affectionate, and that was probably one of her best qualities, in my opinion. One of her favorite toys was her Kong Knots bear. She would carry it around with her. At first, we used it to help her get into the car, but at home, she loved to carry it around and sleep with it in her bed. I am quite sad that we cannot be there in person with you and Xena, but know we are attending virtually and waving to you right now. Welcome to the family, Josh. We are happy you and Xena found each other." There are 2 pictures on the slide behind us. On the left, it is an adorable 10-week-old Xena sleeping on a blue and gray plaid dog bed. She has wrinkles on her muzzle and the top of her head. And then the second photo is her at 5 months old, and she is sitting facing the camera wearing her green puppy jacket. And then I also have a little something from Xena's instructor that she had sent me. It said, "Xena came into training with a phenomenal foundation thanks to the hard work and dedication of her puppy raisers. She caught on to training quickly and strove to always do the right thing. Xena was the dog I knew was always going to make the day even better. From her tail wags to her insisting on licking my face post-route, what is not to love about this dog? I am so grateful that I had the opportunity to work with Xena during formal training. She will always have a special place in my heart. Congratulations to Josh and the most beautiful wrinkly-faced girl. I wish you all the best in your adventures ahead."
Congratulations again to Josh and Xena. Our next graduate is Ricky Vigil, who is receiving his first guide dog, a female yellow Labrador retriever named Brule. Brule was raised by Wendy and Bruce Davis of Aurora, Colorado. Ricky lives with his family in Santa Rosa, California. He is a sophomore studying psychology at Sonoma State University and is looking forward to gaining independence as he and Brule take on their next adventures together. Also, Ricky and Brule are being sponsored by the Hap and Mary Lou Kaufman Estate of San Rafael, California.
Well, first I'd just like to thank all the staff at GDB, especially Jenna and Megan, who were my 2 trainers during the 2 weeks, and honestly, I probably wouldn't be here standing on this stage if it wasn't for them. And I'd especially love to thank the puppy raisers, Bruce and Wendy, who unfortunately couldn't make it, but I got the opportunity to talk to Bruce, and a quote he said, well, something he said kind of just resonated with me to describe Brule perfectly. She's clingy, but not to the point of annoying, but as a best friend. Which is very true. She's very affectionate, very caring, but she's also very independent. Like, she'll come to you when she's ready, and when she's not, she'll do her own thing. She's my first ever dog, not just guide dog, so she means everything to me. And something I took forever thinking about was, how did I feel when I first got her? And I don't really have an honest answer for that, because sure, I was happy, but at the same time, it felt as if I had been given the gift of seeing again. I felt like my independence had been returned, and with Brule by my side, I am excited to see what challenges I can overcome and how much more my independence can increase.
Brule's puppy raisers couldn't make it today, so I have a letter here from Wendy Davis. She says, there are so many wonderful things to share about Brule. Our top 3 are, she has the sweetest and most caring demeanor. She just loves being a human companion. She will never leave your side. And she loves to be loved on and enjoys snuggling. Brule is so caring and affectionate and will be a wonderful companion. She filled our hearts with her sweetness, and we hope the same for you. We will miss her and are very proud of her too.
Congratulations, Ricky and Brule. Next up is Kat Walmack, who is receiving her second guide dog, a male yellow Labrador retriever named Ivan. Ivan was raised by Lexi Solari of Fort Collins, Colorado. Kat lives in Memphis, Tennessee with her family and a few playful cats. She is looking forward to navigating life's next chapter with her guide dog and trusted partner, Ivan. With a heart open to connection and a fearless spirit, Kat believes that every step forward holds the power to create something meaningful. Together, she and Ivan will face the unknown with trust and courage. Kat is eager to keep moving forward with Ivan at her side, proving that purpose isn't something that you find, it's something that you create.
Hi. So, us retrains, we're not the easiest people to work with. I think we come in here with our bad habits and our we know it all attitude, and then we meet the dog, and they're like, no, you don't. When I initially picked up Ivan's harness, I'll be honest, I thought something was a little off. But here's the thing about doubt. It can creep into our minds, and it seeps in, and it's quiet, and it doesn't have any explanation. The staff here, they could have said, get over it, push through it, trust our decision, but they didn't do that. Instead, they said, take some time, here's some space, break down if you need to, rebuild yourself if you need to. And I did, and I figured out that Ivan was never the problem, it was me. I wasn't in my mind or heart comparing him to my first guide dog, but my muscles were. My body remembered how my first dog felt in the harness. And Ivan was just waiting for me to realize that I need to let go of what I thought this experience was supposed to feel like and embrace him and listen to him. And so none of this came through, like the strength did not come through the smooth times. The strength came when I was stumbling and when I was doubting myself and when Ivan was guiding me forward anyways. The great thing about this place at Guide Dogs is they immerse us in a world where we don't have to worry about anything. They literally take care of everything for us so that when we go home, we're going home with more than just a guide dog. We're going home with confidence to just take on anything that's next. And none of this started with me. This all actually started with Lexi. Lexi, Ivan's puppy raiser, you poured your heart into him. You taught him obedience, and you gave him what he needed to be the best dog that I could have received. Carly, Ivan's trainer, and Margie, our class supervisor, you guys saw the match before I did. You guys knew that Ivan wasn't just the dog for me. You knew that he was the dog I needed. And I can never be more grateful for that. And one thing I've learned with working with a guide dog is they don't just work, they actually live with purpose. Whenever Ivan guides me across the street safely or through a crowd, he's proud. And that made me think, why can't we all embrace life like these dogs? Why can't we all embrace what we need to and just move forward and without hesitation and without overthinking? And that's what these dogs teach us, is to live with purpose with every step, every day that you have them. And so I just want to thank Lexi, Carly, Margie, everyone at Guide Dogs for the Blind. This has been an incredible experience. And I just want to say that if you're worried about taking a wrong step, the only step that's wrong is the one you didn't take. So just remember that you can move forward, and these people here definitely make it so that you can. They help you rise above any self-doubt that you might find in yourself. And when you can't see the way forward, they make sure that you have a way to find it.
Well, hi, I'm Lexi. I don't really know how I'm going to follow that. Ivan was my first dog that I raised, and I very much so doubted myself for a long time. I didn't think that I would be able to do something as big as this, especially give it back. But I will be forever grateful that I did, because Ivan has changed my life, and I'm very, very happy that he is going to be able to help you with yours as well. He was the best boy to do this with, because he also taught me. While I was training him, he knew what I needed. Yeah, I'm not very good at public speaking. But I did want to say that the Fort Collins Puppy Club, which is who I raised him through, is going to be sponsoring Ivan's harness. And yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, Kat and Ivan. Last but not least is Lucas Nadolskis, who is receiving his first guide dog, a male yellow Labrador retriever named Powell. Powell was raised by Pamela Crombie of Oregon City, Oregon, Patty Boersma of Portland, Oregon, and Carrie Bendel of Westland, Oregon. Lucas lives in Goleta, California, and is a second-year PhD student at UC Santa Barbara, where he studies neuroscience. Lucas is originally from Brazil and is looking forward to regularly traveling home with Powell to visit his family. He is also being sponsored by the Carl E. Wynn Foundation of LA, California.
You could clearly see the reason that I like being first. How I'm going to follow up with all of that? First of all, thank you very much for the GDB staff, everyone here. It's incredible. Carly, I know that I wasn't the easiest student, and I also know I wasn't the quietest student. But thank you very much for bearing with me and for teaching me how to think differently, because I think it's because of my research in dealing with Powell. Because of my research, I have a lot of contact with blind people, people with low vision, and researchers in the field, and I always gave feedback as a blind person that it's reasonably independent and does what I do. And now I figured out that all of my feedback was coming through a cane user's perspective. And being a guide dog user is absolutely different. And humans tend to not do well with change. So the beginning was rough. I honestly doubted myself quite a lot, as my friends and family are very aware. But Carly, Marge, and everyone at GDB, and also Kat and Josh as retrainers were really helpful on telling me that, you know, difficulties were all right. And maybe it wouldn't be something that I would be able to master in a day or two. And probably the notion of mastering being a guide dog handler is not necessarily even possible because we are learning every day. And so I want to thank everyone to have gone with me through these 2 weeks. It was incredible. It's probably the first 2 weeks that I didn't think about research in 8 years, and thank you for that. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what comes ahead with Paul. I could not have asked for a better guide dog. He is incredible. As a guide dog, he's fantastic, but I had no doubts he would be great because it's from GDB. But beyond that, he's just a fantastic companion. I live by myself. My entire family is in Brazil. I live in the US since 2013 and since 2018, and now he's done. And since 2018, I live alone. And having him just for those 2 weeks already brought my anxiety level to almost none. I told my parents this, and I told a lot of people this, as I intend to do. In 15 seconds that he was in the room, I don't know how I lived 20 years without a dog. And I especially want to thank the puppy raisers that raised him, because you could see in very, very, very short period how well he was raised and how well he was already. He was already trained in almost everything, so his behavior is incredible. Could not have asked for a better guide dog. And now, just hope that he's okay with 13 hours flight travels everywhere, because I'm not, but hopefully he's going to do better than I do. Thank you.
This is always a journey, and it's, I have to say, he definitely was and is a very special boy that came into our home, and with each puppy I raise, I know they're not mine, and that they have a bigger purpose. And just meeting you, Lucas, this afternoon, it just reminds me of the mission that we all have as puppy raisers. I have to thank my husband for his support, my club, who is amazing, always there for one another, help us learn. I have to thank Patty here. He's what I call a brand puppy. I raised his mom and really looked forward to being able to raise him, but thought I wasn't going to be able to with some things that came up, and so Patty stepped in. I always find that these dogs, my passion first came from having a pet that I couldn't understand, like why I mourned so much, and knew that dogs could do so much more for anyone, and then came across Guide Dogs for the Blind and their mission. And so I'm very thankful for God for giving me the passion to do this, because it is sacrificial in giving of yourself. Also raised, so aside from the puppy raisers, the puppy sitters too are amazing that step in for us. I really have to thank those that stepped in for my time and different periods. Just all the wonderful people, and of course the GDB staff. Carrie was also a co-raiser who is not able to be here, and so she has sent along photographs and a message for you, Lucas, and I'm just going to share that with you. She says, "The day Pell joined our home, it was instant love. He was a small, soft, squishy white marshmallow with a coal black nose. No longer black. The opportunity to be a part of his journey to you, Lucas, has been an honor. He was a steadfast companion, and she took him everywhere. She took him to Portland Trailblazer games, Timbers games, NCAA, Final Four basketball, a Chris Stapleton concert. Wish I went with her. Massage, dentist. She did so much with him. She says, I never hesitated taking him to new situations. He embraced each one with enthusiasm and curiosity. He's incredibly affectionate, as you've found out, playful, and so very handsome. It was hard to go anywhere without someone stopping me, Carrie, to comment on how beautiful and well-mannered a dog he is." And then she states co-raising with me, which it was a blessing to co-race with her. She said, "I'm so proud that our now gentle giant can continue his journey as a guide. She's sorry to be missing this special day occasion, but is sending her best wishes, Lucas, from Minnesota."
I think the thing that I most enjoyed about Powell was when I first got him, he was this little squishy white thing with black eyes and a black nose. And what always fascinated me was when he fell asleep. He could not sleep just like a normal dog or puppy curled up. He was always sprawled on his back with his head flopped over this way and his legs over that way. And I'm going, how can you be comfortable? But he was. And I didn't have him for that long, but he was a sweet, sweet little puppy that was a lot of fun, and he grew up to be a wonderful, wonderful dog.
Congratulations to Lucas and Powell. I would like to finish by saying congratulations to OR510. You guys were a wonderful group to work with. You came in excited to learn and showed amazing support for one another. Thanks again for a wonderful class, and I look forward to hearing all about your individual adventures.
Thank you. Yeah, I am just so proud of you guys, and you are a joy to work with, and anytime we have a class that likes each other is always a good class. So, and I hope audience, is there anyone in the audience that's never been here before? Okay, wow, okay. So I hope you heard that this is like a family, and that we really all support each other, and we all work together, and it's just a really good mission, right? And so I hope you come back and do something with us and remember us, and we think we're a pretty great organization. So we're going to end the ceremony today by doing a little demo for you. And during our dogs learn most of their commands through the use of a clicker. It's an auditory cue that makes communication more consistent and timely than just praise or food alone. And we start by pairing food with the sound of a click. And this happens pretty quickly. It takes about 5 minutes. or less. And once the dog understands that the click means food, then we can pair the click with a behavior. And so, for example, when they're doing something like stopping for a curb or going into a down position and they get a click, they think, oh, food, and then they're more likely to want to repeat that behavior to get another food reward. So Carly is here with Pink, who I heard people in the audience might know. And she's going to do a demonstration of first starting with a hand target, that we just teach them to target a hand, they get a click and a treat, and then we can use the hand to kind of bridge the gap between whatever we're trying to teach them. So we're going to use this bench as our destination. She's going to put her fist on the bench, and so she starts clicking and feeding on the bench, and then she's going to add a little distance where she might have to take a step or two, and she'll just kind of increase the distance till she's eventually she will be able to be from a little farther and then use the handle. And when they're predictably going to do what we think they're going to do, then that's when we add a command. So then now she's going to go from a little farther, and this time she's going to say, find the bench or find the chair or whatever. And then she's going to click and feed. And so you can see how happy the dog is. It's very, positive, and they're excited to do it. And they like to target things, right, class? Dogs like to find things. So in class, the students learn how to do this to teach their dogs, like the light pole buttons, the APS buttons, maybe an ATM machine, a bus stop, doors, all kinds of things that you can use this technique to teach your dog how to find things for you. Maybe they need a trash can where they relieve their dogs, or all kinds of different uses for this. So this is just one of the many things we do. Most of the work is on the street. It's hard to demonstrate that, but this is a fun thing that we get to do with the dogs, and it kind of applies across all of the training that we do with the dogs. And Carly's going to stay up here with Pink to answer questions after graduation. I also want to thank the Lillian Tremoroli is subsidizing a harness in each class for 2025. So she's a regular sponsor that we want to thank today. And we have the other two sponsors that sponsored students today. So thank you to all the sponsors. So you can see that Pink is just trying to get her to click and feed again, right? Which, is anticipation, which we don't necessarily want, but it tells you that she's ready to learn and she wants to do something. And so, we just happen to be at a place where we're not really teaching anything in this moment, but but it gives you a sense of how eager they are to want to do something with us, so it's great. So I want to close by just saying, if you are interested in volunteering, being a puppy raiser, foster care, a puppy sitter, I'm glad someone brought that up, and employee, or someone that could benefit from our services, check out guidedogs.com or talk to one of the staff here today, and we thank you for coming. We will